big, beautiful, loving planet called Earth. Before I get into reading the synopsis and giving you guys my opinion on Dune Part 2, which I know it just opened on Friday, and not a lot of people will have seen it, I would hold off on watching this vlog. That doesn't necessarily mean that, say someone who's not going to ever watch the movie go watch this video, fine. But if you have any intentions of watching the film in theaters or at home at some point, I wouldn't recommend watching this. But before I get into that, so today is the day that WWE 2K24 is being released. Now, I'm going to wait until it goes a little bit closer to on sale. It's $70 right now. I don't know when it'll go on sale. It could be months and months from now. It could be a year from now. It could be, who knows at this point. All I'm saying is that this year's WWE game, they refreshed it and they started fresh, and everyone has their ratings are not to the superstars and divas standards that they would like to have them at. And there's new features in this year's game, like you can be a special guest referee. You have different superstars from the past, present, and maybe even in the future. Even though I don't really know how that whole situation works, I will find out when I get the game at some point in the future. Now, that's not the only game that's been released in the last 2 weeks. There's Helldivers 2. There's the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. There's League of Legends Bundle. I can't remember what the exact title of it is, but that's one of the other several games that have been released in the past couple weeks. And there's probably going to be some more good video games for the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox that'll be released at some point this year. That I might look forward to. Now let's just dive into this. So, Dune Part 2, which I saw on Saturday, Princess Irulan Carino secretly journals that Paul Atreides may still live, while her father, Emperor Shaddam IV, is dispirited after promoting the fall of House Atreides. En route to Site Tabar on Arrakis, Stilgar's freemen troops, including Paul and Lady Jessica, overcome a Hyrrakian ambush, reaching the site. Some freemen suspect Jessica and Paul are spies, though others such as Stilgar see signs of the prophecy that a mother and son from the outer world will bring prosperity to Arrakis. Stilgar informs Jessica that their reverend mother is dying and that Jessica must be her replacement by drinking the water of life. Fatal for males and untrained, Jessica transmutes the poison and thus survives and inherits the memories of every female ancestor in the lineage. The water also prematurely awakens the mind of her unborn daughter, Aaliyah, allowing Jessica to communicate with her. They agree that Northern Arrakis must be convinced first of the prophecy. Chani and her friend Sislowski believe the prophecy is false and designed to control the freemen. But when Paul makes a speech about not seeking power and wanting only to fight alongside them, Chani develops respect for him. Paul embraces freeman ways and learns their language, taking part in rites such as riding a sandworm, becoming a Fedakin, Fedaykin fighter, and assisting in raids on Hyrrakian spice harvesters. Paul forms a romantic relationship with Chani and takes on the freemen names Usul and Madab. Due to the spice raids, Baron Hyrrakian replaces his nephew Robin as Arrakis' ruler by a psychotic, murderous younger nephew, Fade Ratha. Lady Margot Fenring, a Bene Gesserit, is sent to seduce Fade and secure his genes, proving him to be susceptible to Bene Gesserit control rather than Paul, whose bloodline may be unsalvageable. Jessica travels south to unite with some fundamentalist freemen. Paul fears his visions of a holy war will manifest if he also goes south as a messiah. He stays in the north and reunites with Gurney Halleck, who leads Paul to House Atreides' hidden atomic stockpile. Fade attacks Seche Tabar and kills Shislavsky, which forces survivors, including Paul, to journey south. Upon arriving, Paul drinks the water of life and falls into a deep coma. Chani awakens him by mixing her tears with the water across his lips, and he attains both prescience and knowledge of the past, seeing a vision of an adult Aaliyah on a water-filled beach and realizing that Baron is his maternal grandfather. The Southern Freemen leaders urge Paul to challenge Stilgar for leadership, but he refuses and instead proves himself by reciting the words of two Freeman spectators. He declares himself as a Lizan al-Gaib and sends a letter challenging Shaddam, who then arrives on Arrakis with Iroyan, Mohaim, and Sardaku troops. Paul's Freemen surround Shaddam and attack, using atomics and sandworms. Sardaukar are overpowered while Paul kills the Baron, then takes Shaddam and his entourage captive. Gurney intercepts a fleeing Raban and kills him. As Paul challenges Shaddam for the throne, the Great House arrives in orbit. Great Houses. Paul threatens to destroy Arrakis spice fields and the Atreides atomics if they intervene. Paul challenges Shaddam to a duel, who chooses Fade Rathur as his champion. Fade Rathur nearly kills Paul before Paul fatally stabs him. Imploring Paul to spare his father's life, Iroli offers herself as Paul's bride. Though Paul accepts this, he tells Chani he will always love her. Shaddam kneels and kisses Paul's signet ring, though above Arrakis. The Great Houses refuse to accept Paul's ascendancy. He orders his freemen to attack the orbiting fleet. As Stilgar leads the freemen into the confiscated Sardaukar ships, Jessica and Aaliyah reflect that this is the beginning of Madab's holy war, with a heartbroken Chani refusing to bow to Paul, departs on the sandworm. So, lots of stuff to unpack there. You've got he's trying to usurp the emperor. He's trying to kill his grandfather, even though he didn't know about him having Baron Harakian as his grandfather, because his mother Jessica is Baron's daughter, and a lot of stuff. Like I said, a lot of stuff to unpack there, but the war ends, and there's one war ends, another one's about to start, and hopefully we see more in the Dune Part 3 or whatever the next Dune movie is. We'll see the marriage between the Emperor's daughter and Paul Atreides. We'll possibly see Chani will want nothing to do with Paul, even though she leaves and goes to ride a sandworm to who knows where. And then, we'll probably see, like I said, the next war happen between the Great Houses and Paul Atreides and all of that situation in the next film. If there's going to be next film, we're not 100% certain on that. Now, I've read all of the books, so I know a little bit about what's going to happen next, but I'm not going to go into detail because there might be individuals who don't know what happens in the next book, and maybe some of you don't even know haven't even seen the first Dune movie, or maybe you haven't even seen the second Dune movie, but you've seen the first one. So, my grade for this, with the war, with trying to usurp the Emperor, with the potential marriage between Rowan and Paul, the hatred for between Chaney and the hatred for Paul through Chaney. All of that stuff plays a huge factor in this film, and I loved every single moment of the film. Whether it was bringing the Emperor down to his knees, whether it was killing his grandfather, his cousin, and the other cousin being killed by the other guy. I can't remember his name now, but who's played by Josh Brolin. So yeah, it was a great film. I gave it on Instagram. I gave it an A plus because I felt it was that great of a film, and we'll just have to wait and see. There's another film that I'm going to finish tonight, which is the second half of Killers of the Flower Moon. I watched the first hour and 45 minutes of the film, and so far that film is really good, even though it's kind of a twisted movie about Native Americans and the white people and I don't know where it is. I can't remember exactly, but we'll do a whole review on that sometime next week. We got a couple of birthdays to wish, so let's just dive into that. I would like to wish Shake Hall Butler a happy birthday. I would like to wish Madison Beer a happy 25th birthday, Taylor Hill a happy birthday, and Victoria Villarreal, Villarroel, a happy birthday today. And we'll have more stuff for you tomorrow. Most likely it'll be a book review, or maybe it'll be maybe I'll do the book review on Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure on that yet, but I will see you all tomorrow with a brand new vlog. And bye bye.